This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on The South Today, visitors to a Dunedin beach have been caught on camera posing for photos and dancing close to protected sea lions. The Dunedin Heritage Light Rail Trust has returned the number 95 grip car to Mornington. And the euthanasia debate was hotly debated in Queenstown by some political heavyweights. Kia ora and good evening, I'm Sophie Morris. Visitors to a Dunedin beach have been caught on camera posing for photos and dancing close to protected sea lions. And a local wildlife expert says such behaviour is a constant frustration.
Deliberately trying to provoke a sea lion resting at Dunedin's Sandfly Bay. This video shows what appears to be a tourist getting well within the personal space of an endangered Hooker's sea lion. After about 20 seconds, the protected marine mammal becomes increasingly agitated and lunges at the woman. Other footage has also come to light showing more tourists walking dangerously close to the animals. The New Zealand Sea Lion Trust advises people to keep at least 10 metres away from resting sea lions, or 20 metres if the animal is active.
But if you can give them more space than that, then please do. They're resting on the beach. There's a reason that they need their rest, so we need to respect them for that.
She says the advice about not getting between seals and the sea doesn't strictly apply to sea lions.
Sea lions, on the other hand, are not afraid of people and are more likely to stand their ground. They don't see the water necessarily as their safety. So we generally say with seals, yep, don't get between them and the water. But with sea lions, go around whichever side gives them more space. So that might actually be going between them and the water, and that's okay, provided that you're giving them lots of distance.
But it's not just overseas tourists in the firing line. There have been reports of surfers deliberately harassing the animals.
They're highly endangered. We're very lucky to have them here, but people don't realize how special that is and that we need to really be respecting them. So getting those messages out, and also again, locals modeling good behavior, sort of talking to tourists or visitors and saying, hey, actually you should probably back up a little bit, give them a little bit more space, and here's why.
The Department of Conservation says that while sea lions are not typically aggressive, they are large and powerful and have a much stronger bite than a dog. In Dunedin, for The South Today.
Queenstown Airport has put its expansion plans on hold after a thunderous response from the community. The airport announced earlier this year the need to expand its noise boundaries to allow for growth, doubling the number of flights over the next 3 decades. But the outcry from Queenstown has been as loud as a jet engine as it struggles to cope with growth from a tourism and population boom. Figures released by Queenstown Airport Corporation reveal it received nearly 1,500 online survey responses, as well as 19 individual and group submissions during its 5-week public consultation. Chief Executive Colin Keel says after considering community and stakeholder feedback, QAC will advance its Wanaka Airport Master Plan work and consider other key long-term planning initiatives before progressing. The expansion would enable an average of 114 flights a day by 2045 and more than double annual passenger movements. But noise from aircraft would increase significantly, affecting 3,000 additional homes, 4 schools and Lakes District Hospital. The Dunedin Heritage Light Rail Trust has returned the number 95 grip car from the Roslyn route to the city, where it will be housed in the Trust's Mornington shed. It's one more piece of the jigsaw puzzle of Dunedin's cable car history back in place as work continues to reinstate the Mornington line.
Finally returning home. Onlookers take photographs as the Roslyn 95 cable car is lifted into the Dunedin Heritage Light Rail Trust's shed at Mornington Park. Trust spokesman Neville Jemmett says the car has been at the Tramway Historical Society at Ferrymead for the last 27 years, where it's been well looked after.
But they've just taken it back right from scratch right up to there, and just recently over the last month they've actually rubbed it all down and recoated it all in lacquer, and it looks like it's just come out of a plastic bag, so it's brilliant.
The last cable car to Mornington made its way up High Street on March the 4th, 1957, decorated with flags and led by 4 pipers for the final part of the trip. Jemmett says the Trust is planning a big official opening for the shed soon, which he hopes will be a splendid occasion.
We are. We're going to make a big opening because when it finished off here, the pipe band piped it into the building, the old cable car building, so we're going to do the opposite. We're going to pipe them back out again. So we're trying to invite the Prime Minister, who's the Minister of Heritage and that, and to open one of them and ask the Mayor to open the other, and we'll give them a remote control for the doors and they'll open it and they'll come out one by one being piped out.
He says the next stage of the work is to raise the $23 million needed for a larger building, rails and other infrastructure to get the cars running. The Trust also has further plans with tourism in mind. In Dunedin, the South Today.
Dunedin police have made an arrest after they were forced to abandon a brief pursuit because of a driver's erratic behaviour. Police say a car failed to stop in Helena Street last night and an officer began a chase in a patrol car. But because of the erratic driving of the fleeing offender, they abandoned the pursuit shortly afterwards. The car and driver were not located immediately, but police say an arrest was made overnight. A man was charged with reckless driving and failing to stop for police. A slippery slope or mercy for those in unbearable pain? That question was at the heart of an at times heated debate among political heavyweights over the end-of-life choice bill in Queenstown last night. Sir Bill English and his wife, Dr. Mary English, argued for the opposing side, while ACT MP David Seymour and Otago Regional Councillor Michael Laws argued in favour. Here are some of the highlights of what they had to say.
The way that the bill is currently written, I won't support it. I think there needs to be more protection measures in place. So that's where I am personally. I won't be making a personal position on the bill tonight. But I think it's important as the local MP to hear what the community has to say, and that's what really tonight's about.
The status quo we have for people who get to the end of their life and have some condition or some suffering is intolerable. Actually, I think it's barbaric. I think it's inhumane. Second of all, that this bill, the end-of-life choice bill that I put before Parliament, is actually the goods when it comes to protecting those who want nothing to do with it.
I introduced into Parliament the Death with Dignity Bill in 1995 for one simple reason, and that is that I believed it was the inalienable human right of every individual to be able to order their own passing. Television New Zealand ran a poll that showed that over 2/3 of New Zealanders were in support of that bill. And over the last 23 years, that poll rating has only increased.
My 28-year-old sister began her battle with ovarian cancer. The chemotherapy, the surgery, the distress, and we nursed her in our home, and that brought it all the more closer. She submitted in the first Health Select Committee commission, and she talked about how this sort of legislation, this sort of bill, would have put a tremendous amount of pressure on her. She fully understood what it means to feel desperate and want it all to come to an end. And she felt that the pressure that this sort of legislation would have put on her may have been enough to tip her over, and she was relieved that she was spared of that.
And I'm opposed to euthanasia in principle. And one reason I'm opposed to it in principle is because since time immemorial we have had a ban on killing. Lots of people get killed, but you have to have a reason. And your actions are subject to scrutiny. What this bill says is we're now going to remove that scrutiny. And in my view that is a very big step to take because we've never done that before. In most countries, it does not happen.
Still to come on the South Today. Aurora gives advice after power is restored to Dunedin's wharf area, and we take a look at the history being recreated at Ashburton Airfield.
Step into Shop on Carroll and discover a shop full of treasures. We have a fantastic range of vintage and retro clothes, upmarket clothing labels, collectible items, beautiful jewellery, quality linen and the best range of vintage haberdashery.
It's the Alex Campbell Menswear massive menswear liquidation. But don't panic, it's not ours. We've bought 2 Auckland stores and we've got up to 70% off.
Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits!
That's the Alex Campbell Menswear massive menswear liquidation.
Helping New Zealanders to do more. Talk to MTF today.
The Green Island Medical Centre offers everything for your family's needs. Whether you are travelling or coming in to discuss health symptoms, our medical staff provide the best of care. We offer Manage My Health, making booking an appointment or requesting a repeat prescription a breeze. We welcome families like yours. Give us a call today, phone 03 488 2754.
Electrify NZ Dunedin sell quality European designed e-bikes with reliable componentry so that you too can wear the e-bike grin. Call in for your complimentary test ride today or book online. Find us at 249 Cumberland Street, phone 021 035 9820.
When it's time to say goodbye to your pet, Heaven Sent Pet Cremations are here to help you through this difficult experience. Call Heaven Sent Pet Cremations today for their care and guidance. Phone 489 2274.
Spring is here and it's time to get in the garden. Ready Lawn will take care of your lawn needs, making lawn care a snap. They will install the perfect lawn while you plant your favourite flowers and vegetables. Call Ready Lawn today so you can enjoy the coming season.
Step into Op Shop on St Andrew and discover a place with plenty of bargains for yourself, your friends and the whole family. We have new items arriving every day. Visit us for a fabulous range of economy and upmarket clothing, accessories, books, shoes and more. Shop with us and support your community.
Welcome back. Power has been restored to Dunedin's Wharf area after a log loader struck overhead lines, causing an outage this morning. Properties in Jutland Street, Friat Street, Perry Street and surrounding areas were without power from at least 6:30 this morning. Aurora Energy say power was restored to all affected customers in the Friat Street area shortly before 9 a.m. after a log loader contacted overhead power lines. Aurora say before working near overhead power lines, always look up, look out and follow minimum safe distances. A Tiger Moth, a Spitfire, a Mustang and to oversee it all, a new control tower. But unlike the original, the tower is not operational. It's a replica designed by a local man whose vision it was to recreate history at Ashburton Airfield, an important World War II training base.
The golden age of aviation. The field of the Ashburton Aviation Museum awash with many splendid flying machines of yesteryear, celebrating one man's vision which is now a reality. Late aviation enthusiast Eric Druitt's dream of a replica control tower now stands adjacent to the airfield.
Now, as many of you will know, Eric approached the museum initially with an idea that we might like to take over his extensive collection of books, maps, photos and memorabilia, all relating to Bomber Command, which we happily agreed to do. And from that start grew this amazing idea that we should construct a replica tower on the field as Eric's legacy.
Many aircraft from days gone by are on display, including a Tiger Moth, replica Spitfires and Mustangs, a DC-3 and the museum's Harrier jump jet, along with dozens of other planes. Owen Moore says the tower project is a huge event for the organisation, and getting it built in the first place was a serious challenge.
Building a tower is a huge undertaking, and to even think we could get it off the ground was a great achievement, which involved a number of people. One of our founding members, Mr. Jim Chivers, had always been keen on building something on the field that showed how the airfield was when it was an operational field.
Eric Druitt's descendants cut the ribbon to declare the tower open before people clambered up its steps to see the displays on the second story. Lifelong aviation enthusiast Graham Church remembers his days in the Air Training Corps when he looked up to pilots.
It all sounded quite exciting, and the ATC boys got invited out to come and help. Well, that was just fantastic. You know, fancy coming out, being invited out to come and help the Air Force. That was really sounded important, and so I volunteered. And they also said that if you came out for 5 days after school and worked hard, you might, just might, get a ride in the Harvard.
Along with a host of historic aircraft, there were also vintage vehicles on display, including old Ford trucks and airport service vehicles. In Ashburton, the South Today.
After the break on the South Today, an Otago University research team investigates a recovering population of southern right whales, and we take a look at tomorrow's weather.
Every Kiwi deserves a reliable garage door. Rely on Garrador to protect your important stuff. Just like Darren, as Garrador keeps his favourite ride in mint condition. We have a huge range at affordable prices. Visit our website for a free consultation. We stand behind every door.
The Green Island Medical Centre offers everything for your family's needs. Whether you are travelling or coming in to discuss health symptoms, our medical staff provide the best of care. We offer Manage My Health, making booking an appointment or requesting a repeat prescription a breeze. We welcome families like yours. Give us a call today, phone 03 488 2754.
Step into Op Shop on St Andrew and discover a place with plenty of bargains for yourself, your friends and the whole family. We have new items arriving every day. Visit us for a fabulous range of economy and upmarket clothing, accessories, books, shoes and more. Shop with us and support your community.
Interior designer Mornington are the curtain and blind experts. The team can even advise you on outdoor products and will ensure that everything is perfect. For interior design with flair, call Active to book your free in-home consultation or call into the showroom in Mornington.
For more than 50 years, Roslyn Mowers and Heating have been selling and servicing quality lawn mowers and outdoor power equipment. Bring your mower, chainsaw, garden equipment in for repair or service and you go in the draw to win a Husqvarna petrol line trimmer. See you in store soon.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole Map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Motor Trade Finance proudly brings you Rural Delivery. A look at the places and faces behind New Zealand agriculture. Tuesday evenings 8:30, repeating Saturday morning at 8 and Sunday afternoons 4:30.
Welcome back. Otago will have its captain on the wing and the return of one of its Super Rugby players when it takes on Bay of Plenty at Forsyth Bar Stadium tomorrow night. With regular skipper Sam Anderson-Heather struggling with a neck injury and his backup Michael Collins also out injured, the captaincy has fallen to winger Mitchell Scott. Coach Ben Herring says out on the wing is not ideal for a captain, but Scott stood out as the best option. Flanker James Lynchies has been named on the bench in his first appearance for the season after suffering a prolapsed disc in his neck during Super Rugby. A research team from Otago University have returned from a month-long trip to islands south of New Zealand. The study used unmanned drones to investigate a recovering population of southern right whales, which were hunted to near extinction in earlier centuries.
Once hunted close to extinction, healthy southern right whales calving at the Auckland Islands in New Zealand's subantarctic. Scientists, including Dr. Will Raymond, have been using drones to film the whales for their research.
With the development of drone technology, we're able to get really good aerial images looking straight down from above the whales. And if we know the characteristics of the camera and the lens, we can calibrate those images and we can measure the whales really precisely. So we can measure their body length, and also we can measure their body condition, essentially how fat they are. And we're looking to see how healthy they are, how healthy this recovering population is.
He says the southern right whales are in an environment with plenty of food and not much impact from shipping, and the study results are positive.
We see, really big fat whales down in the Auckland Islands. It's a fantastic habitat.
But the situation is different for their critically endangered Northern Hemisphere cousins.
North Atlantic right whales, which you find off the east coast of the USA, have scars from entanglement in fishing gear, they have scars from ship strike, and they just look way less healthy. They're much skinnier, much poorer body condition.
The drone footage will allow scientists to use New Zealand's whales to measure the health of other remnant populations of right whales around the world.
And so we're using the southern right whales in New Zealand as a kind of a control, as a yardstick for what a healthy right whale population should look like, so we can make some inference about the impacts on those northern whales.
While the North American right whale population is estimated to be less than 500, the total number of southern right whales is recovering and now around 20% of pre-whaling levels. In Dunedin, for the South Today.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South Today. Visitors to a Dunedin beach have been caught on camera posing for photos and dancing close to protected sea lions. The Dunedin Heritage Light Rail Trust has returned the number 95 grip car from the Roslyn route to the city, where it will be housed in the Trust's Mornington shed. And a heated debate was held among political heavyweights over the end-of-life choice bill in Queenstown last night. And time now for a look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT. Welcome, Craig.
Good evening. Yeah, we've got a story on the Queenstown Airport announcement today. Plans to expand the airport are now on hold after sort of a negative response from residents. They had 1,500 submissions to their expansion plan. Only 4% of those were in favour of an expansion, so pretty overwhelming. They've said they're listening to the residents now, but now looking at a master plan of using Wanaka Airport. That naturally hasn't gone down very well with people in Wanaka. Spoken to a lot of people over there today, including those in Luggett who have real concerns that Wanaka may end up turning into another Queenstown, and that's something they don't want. So a lot of discussions to be held there, I think, over coming months. The government's announced today too that it's committing $4 million to establishing a predator-free Dunedin project. It's a $15 million project in total, aiming to make 31,000 hectares around Dunedin predator-free, getting rid of stoats, possums, rats, those types of things. Following on from the success of the Orokonui Sanctuary and a pest-free peninsula project as well, which has been running for several years, and I think last year they killed their 11,000 possum on the peninsula, so they're having quite an impact over there. So yeah, another good project for the city. On our fresh pages we look at the wardrobe wish list for spring and some great recipes for family cooking. And in sport, we're looking ahead to tomorrow's Otago's NPC rugby match against Bay of Plenty at the stadium. A win there will go a long way to securing a playoff spot for Otago, so high hopes for that.
Yeah, great. Well, thank you, Craig. All of that and more in tomorrow's ODT. And time now for a look at tomorrow's weather.
Tonight's weather proudly brought to you by MoleMap.
Tonight's southern view is of Dunedin, the city of road cones. Looking at the situation, a cold front moves into the Tasman Sea tomorrow with west to northwesterly airflow increasing over the South Island. The front passes over on Thursday, leaving a cooler southwesterly airflow in its wake. Starting at the northwest of the South Island, Greymouth and Westport can expect some cloud and highs of 14 degrees. Across to the northeast, Nelson will be mostly cloudy with a high of 17 degrees. Blenheim has some cloud with a high of 17 as well. And to Canterbury, Kaikoura will be mostly cloudy with a high of 16. Christchurch will also have cloud with 14 degrees and Ashburton cloudy with 16 degrees. Looking at the southern towns, Balclutha, Catlins, Gore and Lumsden can all expect moderate westerlies, some cloud and highs of 13 degrees. Moving westward to the Central Lakes, Alexandria, Queenstown and Wanaka can expect freshening northwesterlies, some high cloud and highs of 15 to 17. Te Anau can expect fresh northwesterlies and a high of 12 degrees. Up to the north now, Omarama and Twizel are in for moderate northwesterlies, fine weather and a high of 16. The same along the coast at Oamaru and Timaru, but cooler with a high of 13 degrees. In Dunedin, it will be mostly cloudy tonight with an overnight low of 6 degrees. Tomorrow brings long sunny periods and some cloud at times with light north to northeast winds and cool temperatures, a high of 12 and a low of 7. High cloud will start increasing on Thursday with moderate northerlies, then fresh gusty colder southwesterlies developing during the afternoon with some rain, a high of 13 and a low of 4. Further south in Invercargill, it will be mostly cloudy tonight with an overnight low of 5. Tomorrow brings sunny periods and some cloud with moderate westerlies, a high of 13 and a low of 8. Periods of rain will develop on Thursday with fresh northwesterlies at first, easing to showers and colder southwesterlies later on, a high of 12 and a low of 5. That's all for our news this Tuesday. For the latest news from the southern region, head online and follow us on Facebook, YouTube and at channel39.co.nz as well as odt.co.nz. Thanks for joining us. Take care. Ka kite anō.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.